Imagine escaping a nightmare. I mean, a truly suffocating terror you believed you'd finally put behind you.
Yeah.
Only to find that 7 years later, the echoes are not just louder, but the past has returned. And it has this terrifyingly new, completely unexpected face.
Hmm.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we plunge right into the heart of compelling narratives.
Happy to be here.
Today, we're taking a really deep dive into An Evil Thing 2, The Lost Son by Keenan Bedford. This is a sequel that just absolutely plunges us back into the chilling, complicated world of Gabriella Henson and Trey Alexander.
It really does.
And to give us the full, the unvarnished picture, we've also pulled essential insights from the first book, An Evil Thing, because honestly, truly understanding the sequel requires knowing the foundations it builds upon. You just can't jump straight in.
Absolutely not. And our mission for you, the learner, is to go, way beyond just a simple plot summary. We're here to unpack the complex layers of this really intense psychological drama. A narrative that's meticulously woven with these potent supernatural elements and the incredibly intricate threads of inherited trauma.
Yeah, that inherited trauma piece is huge.
It is. We'll meticulously explore how old, buried secrets don't just, birth new dangers, but they fundamentally reshape the future. We'll connect every chilling twist and turn to reveal what truly matters in this narrative, and we'll be specifically focusing on how the sequel really amplifies these themes and challenges our initial perceptions from book one.
Okay, so with that chilling setup firmly in mind, let's briefly recap the foundational terror of the first book, An Evil Thing. Because, like you said, understanding Gabriella's initial reign of terror and Trey's desperate escape is absolutely key to appreciating the sequel's deeper, more insidious layers.
Definitely.
For those who joined us for our previous deep dive on An Evil Thing, you'll remember the chilling saga of Trey Alexander's first encounter with Gabriella Henson. It started as this whirlwind relationship, right? A parent charm, the kind that draws you in completely.
Oh, yeah. She was magnetic at first.
Right. But then it quickly devolved into something far more sinister, way more possessive.
Indeed. The first book painted a vivid, really disturbing picture of Gabriella's escalating madness. She wasn't just, possessive. She was calculating, an obsessive stalker with this terrifying pattern.
Right.
Her true nature was horrifyingly revealed when Trey discovered Alan Jones, another one of her ex-boyfriends, chained up in her mansion's basement.
God, that scene.
Alan had been captured, tortured, held captive for 8 agonizing months. Just because he tried to break up with her.
8 months. Unbelievable.
And Alan wasn't the only one. Nick Carlton, another ex, he barely managed to escape her clutches. Trey himself became a victim, chained, tormented. Before, that desperate act of self-defense changed everything. He shot Gabriella, believing in that moment that he had finally ended the nightmare.
And what an insidious nightmare it was. But here's the twist, okay? The truly shocking revelation from the first book that just fundamentally sets the stage for the sequel's horror. Unbeknownst to Trey, a police officer, Brian Roberts, who, it turns out, was Gabriella's half-brother.
Wild, right?
Totally wild. He witnessed this truly astonishing event. Moments after being shot, right there in the mansion's dimly lit basement, Gabriella gave birth to a baby boy.
Yeah.
She named him Triton, Brian, driven by, this deep sense of maybe familial duty or maybe a desperate hope this kid could be different. He secretly buried Gabriella on the mansion grounds and took Triton, raising him as his own stepson.
It's an act born of love, maybe, but also profound secrecy, a deliberate cover-up.
Absolutely.
And this is precisely where the foundation for An Evil Thing 2, The Lost Son, is laid. What's truly fascinating here is how the trauma for Trey was just far from over, even though he thought it ended when Gabriella died.
Right. He thought, okay, done.
Exactly. Brian's hidden act, the secret burial, the adoption of Triton, it created this direct, unseen lineage, a continuation of Gabriella's dark path. All while Trey believed the chapter was definitively closed. This secret birth ensures that the evil thing isn't truly gone. It's just taken a new, unseen form, kind of lurking in the shadows for 7 years, waiting to emerge and redefine the nature of the horror.
It's such a brilliant narrative device. It turns what seems like an ending into this terrifying new beginning.
Precisely.
And a terrifying new beginning it is. Now, we fast forward those 7 long years. Trey Alexander has, diligently tried to build a new life in San Diego with Aaliyah Thompson.
Yes, she seems great.
He's found a new job at Carlton Browser Services, made some new friends, desperately trying to forge some kind of calm, some normalcy. But the past, it isn't just a memory. It's a relentless, haunting presence.
Mm-hmm.
The 7-year itch here isn't about relationships, is it? It's about the relentless, corrosive grip of this deep-seated trauma that just defies time and distance. The sequel makes it crystal clear right away. Trey's supposed escape was just an illusion.
Totally.
And Trey's trauma is, wow, it's palpable from the very first pages of The Lost Son. He's constantly plagued by these vivid, terrifying nightmares. These aren't just like bad dreams, they're detailed sensory assaults. We hear about Gabriella appearing in his bedroom, the hallway stretching endlessly like her mansion.
Oh, the hallway thing is creepy.
Right. Seeing chilling photos of them together, her blood-stained white dress, those menacing red eyes, and that twisted, unforgettable smile. He frequently wakes up just drenched in sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like Gabriella is trying to kill him every single night in his dreams. He's never truly recovered from killing her. He didn't want to do it. It was self-defense. And that guilt, that moral weight, it just weighs so heavily on him, colors every waking and sleeping moment.
And this psychological burden is immense. And in the sequel, it's explored with incredible depth. Trey's continued suffering really highlights how profound and far-reaching the impact of an event like that can be. It just blurs the lines between mental anguish and, well, a tangible external haunting.
Exactly. Is it PTSD or is it her?
Right. His internal monologue reveals this deep-seated dread, this feeling that Gabriella is always with him, not just in memory, but actively haunting him. This isn't just a character struggling. It's the very fabric of his reality being warped by the evil thing, forcing us, the readers, to question the nature of healing itself when the source of the trauma might still be actively malevolent.
Yeah.
His relationship with Aaliyah is crucial here. She acts as his anchor, right? Offering comfort, grounding him, encouraging him to let go of it, believing they can get through this together. Her unwavering support really underscores that human need for connection, for understanding when you're facing this overwhelming, inexplicable fear.
And here's where the sequel really starts to, validate Trey's terrifying experiences, blurring that line even further. Trey has been seeing therapists for 7 years, desperately trying to process this.
7 years is a long time.
It is. He spent that entire time with Austin Johnson, who initially, and quite dismissively, called Trey's experiences crazy.
Typical therapist move sometimes, unfortunately.
Right. But in their very final session, Austin makes this stunning, almost unbelievable admission. He, too, was haunted by Gabriella.
Okay.
He actually saw her ghost behind Trey 7 years ago and decided he needed to heal himself, so he just abruptly ended their sessions.
So he just bailed without telling Trey why.
Yeah, just gone. Trey is now seeing Ashley Bates, who, interestingly, provides good advice for this trauma. Aaliyah is even surprised by Austin's confession later, remarking he could be a paranormal investigator if he's seeing ghosts. What does this admission tell us? It's not just in Trey's head.
No, this revelation is a critical turning point in the sequel. It shifts the entire narrative dynamic. If an objective third party, a trained therapist, no less experiences the same haunting, it profoundly validates Trey's ordeal.
Right. It's not just subjective anymore.
Exactly. It moves beyond mere psychological trauma, which you can kind of explain away internally, into the realm of a tangible, undeniable supernatural threat. This lends significant credibility to Trey's fears, suggesting that the evil thing is not just a memory or a metaphor for his guilt, but an active, malevolent force. Austin's admission, far from being just a side note, really prepares both Trey and us, the audience, for the full supernatural unraveling that's coming. It signals that the rules of reality, as Trey knew them, just don't apply anymore.
And the terror isn't just in his dreams or the therapist's office, right? There's a specific date that acts as this powerful recurring trigger, January 25th.
Ah, yes, that date.
This date is tragically revealed to be the very day Gabriella died. So while Trey is trying to just get through a normal workday at Carlton Browser Services, his CEO, Nick Carlton, and colleague Alan Jones casually mention the date.
Oof, bad timing.
Terrible timing. The seemingly innocuous reference causes Trey to just abruptly leave the office, completely overwhelmed by this flood of unbearable memories and dread. That's a recurring motif, isn't it? A cursed date echoing through his life, proof that his past isn't just memory.
The significance of January 25th is absolutely critical to the sequel's lore. It acts as this powerful temporal anchor, not just connecting Gabriella's death to the current events, but, as we later discover, linking it to the ancient origins of the curse itself.
Right, connecting the dots backwards.
Precisely. This suggests a deeper, cyclical pattern to the evil, implying that this date is intrinsically tied to the unfolding of destiny within the Henson family. Alan Jones's shared experience further amplifies this. He reveals he also suffers from nightmares of Gabriella, stating he was trapped by her for 8 months and Trey saved me. This shared, persistent trauma reinforces the pervasive nature of Gabriella's evil and suggests that the impact of her actions continues to ripple through the lives of everyone she touched, not just Trey. It creates this collective burden that demands resolution.
So, with the past clearly not content to stay buried, the Lost Son introduces a new team, right? Specifically designed to uncover its secrets. Ashley Bates,
The therapist,
who we now know as Trey's new therapist, is surprisingly, almost shockingly, revealed to be a seasoned paranormal investigator.
Talk about a resume.
Right. She arrives at Gabriella's mansion with twin brothers Brent and Richard Williams, also expert investigators. The mansion itself is still imposing, radiating this eerily quiet menace, but surprisingly, it hasn't decayed or been abandoned. Richard astutely notes, "It's like someone still lives here."
Chills. That line just gives you chills.
It does. It immediately raises the hairs on your neck. It deepens the mystery. They gain entry not through the front door, but through a hidden tunnel beneath a broken cellar door, leading directly to the basement, which the narrative describes as seeming to hum with a sinister energy.
The mansion itself is almost a living, breathing character in an evil thing too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the focal point of the lingering evil. Ashley's dual role as both therapist and paranormal investigator is particularly fascinating.
Yeah, bridging those two worlds.
It explicitly bridges the psychological and the supernatural, signaling to us that this isn't just a story about trauma. It's about a genuine, active haunting that requires specialized, esoteric investigation. The discovery of the hidden tunnel and the basement's sinister energy immediately immerses the team, and us, into the very heart of the mystery. Sets an intensely suspenseful tone for the explorations to come.
It's the perfect setup for a deep dive into the unknown.
Definitely.
Once inside, the team strategically splits up. Ashley, ever the methodical investigator, she explores the basement. Meanwhile, the twin brothers, Brent and Richard, they venture upstairs.
And they have different vibes, right?
Totally. Brent is excited, clearly thrilled by the prospect of discovery, embodying that adventurous spirit of a ghost hunter. Richard, however, he's scared, but clearly tries to be brave, providing a relatable human element to the spooky venture. It's a great dynamic, heightens the tension. In the basement, Ashley makes a series of just astounding discoveries that begin to unravel the entire history of the haunting. First, a bookshelf filled with books on meditation, seances, dark spells.
Okay, so Gabriella was definitely dabbling.
Oh, yeah. Clear indication. Then, a secret staircase behind the shelf leads her to a secret chamber. And there she finds the pivotal, the Henson Family Curse book.
The jackpot.
Bingo. And this book, for the first time, truly unveils the curse's ancient origin, the true root of the evil thing that has plagued this family for centuries.
Wow.
It began in the late 1700s with Ryan Henson, a white settler, and Shenadria, a Native American woman, and their son, Trogeo. On January 25th, 1780...
There's that date again.
That date again, tying directly to Gabriella's death, white outcasts tragically killed Ryan and Shenadria. From that horrific day forward, Trogeo carried a vengeful curse, seeking retribution on anyone who hurt the Henson family name, passing it down through generations.
So Gabriella wasn't the start of it.
Not at all. Ashley, connecting the dots, speculates Gabriella was just the latest victim, possibly possessed by the spirit of a Native American woman, maybe Shenadria herself. This detail fundamentally redefines our understanding of Gabriella's actions in the first book. Now we see a deeper, more ancient malevolence at play.
This is an incredibly significant reveal for an evil thing, too. It profoundly deepens the lore, adds layers of historical cultural context. If we connect this to the bigger picture, that synchronicity of dates January 25th across centuries tied to both the curse's origin and Gabriella's death, it's profoundly significant.
It feels almost fated.
It powerfully suggests a cyclical nature to the evil, an ancient wrong that perpetuates itself through a specific family line, seeking endless vengeance. Ashley's theory of possession by Shenadria provides a chilling, almost tragic explanation for Gabriella's extreme actions.
Yeah, it shifts things.
It transforms her from a purely villainous figure into a potential victim of an even older, more powerful malevolence. A pawn in a generational spiritual war, this recontextualizes her entire character, making her actions a consequence of, rather than purely the source of, the evil thing.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Brent and Richard stumble upon an equally chilling scene. They find Gabriella's bedroom immaculate, like almost as if she still lived there.
Creepy.
Queen-size bed, haunting portraits of Gabriella with different men hinting at her dark past relationships. Brent, the keen-eyed one, discovers Gabriella's diary in a nightstand. It details her traumatic abuse by step-parents, her feeling perpetually haunted, and her systematic killings of boyfriends, including Alan Jones.
So the diary confirms the kills.
Confirms them. Even more unsettling, the diary mentions Nick Carlton and Trey Alexander and Gabriella's plans for something that had to do with a spirit haunting her. Richard, the observant one, points out a specific date, January 25th, and notes the ink is fresh, as if it had been written only hours ago.
Okay, wait. Fresh ink, but she died years ago.
Exactly. Despite her death years prior. Then the brothers see Gabriella's eerie reflection with red eyes in the dresser mirror. Brent snaps a picture before they bolt downstairs, absolutely terrified.
Wow. The detail of the fresh ink on a 7-year-old diary entry, specifically dated to Gabriella's death on January 25th. That's chilling. It's unequivocal confirmation of active supernatural influence in the sequel.
No denying it now.
It suggests that Gabriella's consciousness or spirit, or maybe the entity possessing her, continues to operate beyond death, maintaining its malevolent focus. This finding, coupled with the visual manifestation of her ghost in the mirror, moves the narrative from speculation to undeniable proof of the paranormal. It directly engages the characters with the very evil thing Trey has been haunted by. It also implies that Gabriella's plan for something related to a spirit haunting her, mentioned in the diary, is a direct precursor to the events unfolding now in The Lost Son.
Okay, so after all these unsettling, frankly terrifying discoveries, Brent and Richard, clearly shaken, reunite with Ashley in the basement. They show her the undeniable photo of Gabriella's ghost.
Proof positive.
Then the team finds rooms upstairs, confirming their worst fears, rooms with chain gauntlets, grimly confirming they were indeed used to torture her victims.
Horrifying.
Ashley then uncovers a hit list book. Pictures of murdered men, Roger Stockton, Daniel Johnson, Stephen Bedford, Gary Brasher, Dylan Smith, Briar Collins, Jonathan Mickens, Ray Holmes, Peter Jackson, Troy Washington, Billy James, Nathan Robertson.
Wow, the list just goes on.
All men Gabriella dated and murdered. This truly drives home the horrifying scope of her madness, the depth of the evil she embodied or was possessed by.
Yeah, the scale is staggering.
But the biggest, most earth-shattering revelation comes in the library. Ashley finds another old seance book. Native American symbols for rituals and curses, confirming her theory that Gabriella was possessed by Shenadria to continue the legacy by killing anyone that hurt the name. And then, the true evil thing manifests with terrifying clarity. While they're in the library, lights flash erratically and Gabriella's apparition appears. Full, horrific spectral form. Blood on her chest and blood on the side of her chest with glowing red eyes.
Jeez. Full manifestation.
And she delivers this chilling, unambiguous declaration. You finally know my secret. I'm getting my revenge and I'm looking for my son.
Looking for my son. There it is.
There it is. Then she screams, "Get out!" The team, absolutely terrified, runs, barely escaping the mansion through the hidden tunnel. Richard sees Gabriella's evil smile in the tunnel as he climbs out a final, horrifying taunt.
Wow. The physical manifestation and that explicit declaration from Gabriella's spirit, "I'm looking for my son," that is a pivotal, game-changing moment for an evil thing, too. It confirms not only her spectral presence, but her clear, vengeful intent, and most importantly, the actual existence of her child.
A child nobody knew about.
Exactly. A child no one knew about. This revelation fundamentally changes the trajectory of the entire story. It turns what was a ghost hunt into this frantic, desperate search for a lost heir, who is now, unknowingly, caught in the crosshairs of an ancient curse and his mother's unfinished, malevolent business.
Yeah.
The stakes for Trey, and indeed for humanity, have just skyrocketed. This isn't just about a haunting anymore. It's about a literal child somewhere out there who is now the target of a vengeful spirit, a legacy of the evil thing itself.
So after all that, they actually saw her full spectral form, and she drops this bombshell, "I'm looking for my son." That's not just a game changer. It's the entire premise of the sequel, The Lost Son, revealed in one terrifying scream. This isn't just about a haunting. It's about a literal child somewhere out there, targeted by a vengeful spirit. The stakes just went through the roof, and the focus of our deep dive shifts entirely to finding and understanding this lost son.
Right. Who is he? Where is he?
Which brings us directly to Triton Roberts, the titular lost son. 7 years after Gabriella's death, Brian Roberts, her half-brother, the police officer from Book 1.
The Sacred Keeper.
The Secret Keeper. He has been raising Triton, his 7-year-old stepson, carefully guarding the secret of his true parentage. Triton is described as quiet, studious, unusual for his age, rarely speaks, and when he does, his words are sharp and deliberate.
Intense kid.
Very. He has dark black hair and reddish-brown eyes, a subtle but important visual detail. Brian, despite his efforts to protect him, feels the subtle tension and undeniable uneasiness around Triton.
He senses something's off.
Definitely. What's more, Triton has been seeing visions and shadows, even his mother, which chillingly started just before his 7th birthday. It indicates this awakening of something profound, something dark. Brian, struggling to explain this, tells Triton his mother was in pain and wanted him to be taken care of, implying she's coming to see him, trying to soften the blow, maybe.
Yeah, this setup is expertly crafted in An Evil Thing 2 to create immediate tension and foreshadow Triton's dark inheritance. Brian's secret, kept for 7 long years, has inadvertently fostered an environment where Triton is completely unaware of his true parentage and the cursed legacy he carries.
Ignorance isn't bliss here.
Not at all. The visions and shadows Triton experiences aren't just, a kid's imagination. They are early, undeniable manifestations of the curse's awakening, or perhaps Gabriella's spirit actively reaching out, preparing him for the path of vengeance.
Stemming the pump.
Exactly. Brian's underlying unease suggests an intuitive, maybe familial understanding of the dormant evil within the child, a chilling premonition of what's to come. Triton is not just a child, he is a ticking time bomb, the living embodiment of the evil thing that threatens to erupt.
And the mother's call soon becomes undeniable, directly influencing Triton. Lying awake, Triton sees Gabriella's spirit appear, no longer a shadow, but a clear manifestation.
Wow.
She confirms she's dead, but I'm alive in you.
Chill him. Just chill him.
Right, a truly chilling statement implying direct possession or some deep spiritual link. She then gives Triton his horrifying mission of revenge. Now it's your turn. You swore to make your father pay, to make him suffer for what he did to me. She promises he will find his father and avenge me.
And he's only 7.
Only 7. But clearly under this powerful spell, he hugs his mother's spirit, devoutly vowing, "I'll do it, Mom. I'll make him pay." After Gabriella fades, Triton's reddish-brown eyes began to glow with an unnatural light, replaced by cold, simmering rage. He now has a dark, consuming purpose, a direct heir to the evil thing.
This raises an incredibly important question for us, right? Is Triton truly making these vows of his own free will? Or is he merely a vessel for his mother's lingering wrath? Or perhaps even the ancient curse itself starting to manifest through him?
Yeah, how much is him?
The immediate dramatic change in his eyes and demeanor after Gabriella's appearance strongly suggests direct possession or a profound, uncontrollable influence rather than a conscious, rational decision. This makes Triton a deeply tragic figure from the outset. A child who is not just becoming an extension of the evil thing, but is being robbed of his innocence and agency. This is inherited trauma taking a literal, horrifying form as the past weaponizes the future.
Triton's path to the mansion, his true home, is guided by this newfound sinister purpose. Under Gabriella's direct influence, he meticulously finds Ashley Bates's number and, even more revealingly, a picture of Gabriella and Brian together in Brian's dresser.
Smart kid, even possessed.
Right. This triggers a poignant flashback for Triton. He sees himself as a baby, with Gabriella telling Brian, "Take care of him, his name is Triton." Without hesitation, compelled by this unseen force, Triton packs a small bag and leaves, drawn to Gabriella's mansion on Chautauqua Raid, feeling an undeniable energy that is guiding him.
The house is calling him.
Totally. The mansion, in turn, appears alive with glowing red aura, almost breathing with malevolence. And Gabriella's ghost, now looking alive and welcoming, opens the door to greet him home. She reiterates her command, "I want you to find your father and make him suffer for what he did to me." Triton, fully committed, replies, "I understand, Mother. I will grant your request." In the basement, Triton has yet another flashback, seeing fragments of Gabriella's final conflict with an unknown man who we know is Trey, and her being shot.
These flashbacks are absolutely crucial in An Evil Thing 2. They provide Triton with fragmented but incredibly powerful memories of his mother's final moments and Trey's role in her death.
But are they accurate memories?
Well, that's the thing. Importantly, these are likely manipulated memories, curated by Gabriella's spirit and the curse, designed to solidify his resolve for revenge and paint Trey as an unrepentant murderer.
Gotcha. Feeding him the narrative.
Exactly. The mansion's glowing red aura symbolizes the curse's active, pulsating presence, drawing Triton in as its new, unwitting host, and marking the mansion as the central stage for the unfolding drama and the climax of the evil thing. Triton isn't simply seeking answers. He's internalizing a distorted history and being equipped to become an instrument of ancient vengeance.
So let's just pause on this for a second. Triton, the 7-year-old boy, is not only clearly possessed by his dead mother's quest for revenge, but he's also calling the shots for a team of seasoned paranormal investigators.
Yeah, the power dynamic is completely flipped. It's wild.
Talk about a dramatic shift in command. This is where An Evil Thing 2 truly goes wild. He contacts Ashley Bates, his voice now noticeably cold, calculated, demanding her help to find his father and threatening her if she refuses.
He's not asking, he's telling.
Not at all. Ashley, understandably scared by this unnatural child, reluctantly agrees and contacts Brent and Richard. When they arrive at the mansion, Brent is visibly shocked that he's a kid. Ashley reveals the shocking truth. Triton is Gabriella's son.
The pity drops.
Yeah. Triton, completely in charge now, demands, "We have to move fast. There's something here that will lead me to my father." He explains his mother was hurt by men who broke her heart, she killed them, and he wants to know who the one man she loved most was. Ashley confirms the names from the diary and hit list. Alan Jones, Nick Carlton, and Trey Alexander.
The main suspects.
Right. Triton gives Ashley an ultimatum: trap these men down and ask them questions about my mother so I can get the answers for her. Ashley agrees to do it alone, sending Brent and Richard to continue investigating the mansion, presumably for more clues or maybe just to get them out of the way.
This scene perfectly illustrates the overwhelming power of the curse and Gabriella's insidious influence in the lost son. Triton, a child biologically, becomes the terrifying orchestrator of events, using Ashley's expertise and the investigator's resources to further his vengeful quest.
He's pulling the strings.
Totally. Ashley's reluctant compliance, driven by palpable fear and perhaps a desperate hope of understanding, highlights the moral compromises characters are forced to make when confronted with an undeniable, malevolent supernatural force. Her decision to act alone also places her in a uniquely dangerous position, directly in the path of the curse's new target, amplifying the suspense and the ethical tightrope she has to walk. This dynamic showcases how the evil thing can corrupt even those who initially sought to merely observe it.
Ashley's first step in this reluctant alliance is to interview the men connected to Gabriella's past, starting with the least likely suspects, maybe. He visits Nick Carlton at Carlton Browser Services. Nick is guarded, clearly traumatized, saying it's in the past, and warns her to leave it alone for politics, probably referring to the scandal from Book 1.
Yeah, trying to keep a lid on it. Not much help there.
Not much help. Then she speaks to Alan Jones. He's agitated, still deeply scarred, calls Gabrielle crazy, states he doesn't want to talk about her. Understandable.
Completely. He went through hell.
But Alan eventually relents and gives a crucial first-hand confession. He reveals Gabriella killed a lot of men, dated Nick, then became psycho when Alan tried to break up with her. She captured me, and I was trapped in her basement for 8 months until I was found by Trey Alexander, who was dating her, and he rescued me from her and killed her.
Wow. That's the first-hand account. Chilling validation of Trey's action.
Exactly.
Alan's testimony is absolutely crucial here, both for Ashley's investigation and for our understanding of the narrative in An Evil Thing 2. It provides a first-hand visceral account of Gabriella's escalating madness and explicitly confirms Trey's role as both victim and reluctant hero in the first book.
Right, it wasn't murder, it was rescue.
Precisely. This adds a critical layer of complexity to Triton's narrative of vengeance, because Triton believes Trey simply murdered his mother. Alan's words confirm Trey acted in desperate self-defense to save a life. This stark contrast is vital for you, the listener, to grasp the distorted reality Triton is operating under, fueled by a partial, manipulated truth. The varying reactions of Nick and Alan also subtly illustrate the different ways people cope with extreme trauma. Nick with denial and evasion, Alan with agitated, but ultimately honest recollection.
After these intense, emotionally charged interviews, Ashley returns to the mansion without having definitively found Triton's father. Triton, now clearly more under the curse's influence, is absolutely furious.
Patience is not a virtue for the possessed, apparently.
Apparently not. His eyes flash red, his voice becomes sharp and commanding, and he gives Ashley a chilling 24 hours ultimatum to find his father. Ashley senses Triton's strange aura, feeling he's possessed, a growing fear shared by Brent and Richard.
They're all starting to realize what they're dealing with.
Yeah. Seeing no other viable option, under immense pressure, Ashley decides the last person to talk to is Trey. But there's a problem. They need his DNA to confirm paternity.
Ah, the scientific proof.
Exactly. She instructs Brent and Richard to follow Trey after the session tomorrow to get his DNA. This really highlights the desperate measures they're resorting to now.
Triton's growing impatience and increasingly overt supernatural manifestations, the flashing red eyes, the commanding voice, they just underscore the escalating threat of the evil thing in the Lost Son.
Yeah.
Ashley's realization that he's possessed by something dark confirms the curse is actively, relentlessly at work through him, transforming a child into a terrifying puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Her decision to acquire Trey's DNA by deception, despite her internal guilt and ethical boundaries as a therapist, demonstrates the immense pressure she's under. It highlights the profound moral compromises characters are forced to make when confronted with such a powerful, manipulative supernatural force that demands action.
So Ashley, under the guise of therapy, then meets with Trey. Trey, we know, is still struggling to sleep. His nightmares worse than ever, just constant torment.
Still suffering.
Ashley cunningly, gently pushes him, carefully framing Gabriella as the villain and Trey as the hero. But then she drops a bombshell for Trey. She reveals Gabriella's abused by her step-parents' past and the ancient Henson family curse, linking it to Trogeo Henson and his quest for revenge.
Giving him context he never had.
Right. Trey's utterly shocked. He'd never heard of the curse or this side of Gabriella's past. He admits Gabriella didn't talk about a lot of things, only bad relationships with different guys. He confesses again, I did kill her because she was trying to kill Alan Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley gets the crucial information Triton wanted, but tellingly didn't tell Trey the truth about Triton or his terrifying plan for revenge. She feels immense guilt, but fears she couldn't stop what was coming.
This scene is a masterclass in manipulation, really revealing Ashley's ethical tightrope walk in An Evil Thing 2.
Huh.
By reframing Gabriella's past, Ashley subtly changes Trey's perception, not to forgive Gabriella maybe, but to understand the context of her madness, hinting at the curse's true role.
Yeah.
Trey's shock at learning about the curse fundamentally alters his understanding of the evil thing he faced. It shifts it from a personal vendetta to an ancient, generational burden. Ashley's deliberate omission of Triton's existence, despite her guilt, highlights the immense, almost paralyzing power of the curse, forcing characters to make morally ambiguous choices out of fear for what's already in motion. She is enabling the curse's next phase, even as she feels its impending horror.
The plan to get Trey's DNA quickly moves forward, with Brent and Richard taking center stage. They ambush Trey on the bustling streets of San Diego, attempting to forcibly get his DNA.
Not exactly subtle.
Not at all. Trey, however, isn't an easy target. He's learned karate moves from Aaliyah, a small but important detail showing her positive influence.
Good for him.
He uses these self-defense skills to fight off the twins, ripping a few strands of his hair during the struggle. Brent successfully secures the hair sample. They return triumphantly to the mansion, where Triton is impatiently pacing in the basement. He then reveals a hidden part of the basement, a secret laboratory, shockingly equipped with computers and diagnostic equipment, all left by his mother.
Gabriella had a secret lab. Okay, that adds another layer.
All right. Triton, with this unnerving calm, uses the hair sample in a DNA machine. While waiting for results, Triton picks up a photo of Gabriella and Trey, triggering this vivid, emotional flashback. Trey holding a dying Gabriella, crying, apologizing. I'm sorry, Gabriella.
Wow, so Triton sees that.
He sees that. Triton, in a chilling internal monologue, acknowledges Trey truly cared for his mother, but it didn't matter. Trey had killed her. The machine then confirms the shocking truth. Trey, Alexander, biological father.
Boom. There it is.
So the shocking, undeniable truth is out. Trey, the man who killed Gabriella, is the biological father of her son, Triton. And Triton now knows it, fueling his vengeful quest with a terrifying personal connection. This revelation transforms Triton's personal vendetta into this tragic family drama, deepening the emotional stakes for everyone involved in An Evil Thing 2. It's a twist that just twists the knife even further, making Trey's past literally manifest as his future nemesis.
It's a truly devastating twist in The Lost Son, bringing the narrative full circle in the most tragic way possible. Triton's flashback, seeing Trey's genuine grief and apology at Gabriella's death, momentarily humanizes Trey in his eyes, offers a fleeting glimpse of empathy.
Yeah, for a second.
However, the curse's influence quickly reasserts itself, overriding any potential for understanding. The confirmation of Trey's paternity through the DNA test solidifies Triton's purpose, turning a generalized mission of vengeance into an intensely personal one. But it also means the curse now has a direct biological link to the very man who ended Gabriella's life, ensuring the evil thing continues its lineage. This moment is the point of no return for Triton, as he fully embraces the inherited curse.
Immediately after the DNA confirmation, the transformation is complete. Triton's eyes glow a fierce red, radiating sinister energy as he falls completely under the Henson family curse. Ashley, witnessing this terrifying change, realizes Triton is now truly possessed by the ancestor spirit Trogeo and is consumed by the evil energy.
The position is total now.
Totally. Triton's voice then changes, morphing into Gabriella's a truly chilling effect, ordering Brent and Richard to get Trey for me, bring him here for me for the ritual so I can get my revenge. Brent and Richard, clearly in fear, but feeling compelled to follow orders due to the incredible evidence and perhaps the sheer power of the curse, comply. The stage is now chillingly set for the final, terrifying confrontation, a dark ritual of vengeance in an evil thing, too.
Oh, man.
The events quickly escalate into a full-blown crisis, drawing everyone into the spiraling nightmare. Trey, deeply unsettled, tells Aaliyah about the twin brothers' ambush. Aaliyah intuitively connects it to Ashley's earlier, unsettling questions about Gabriella.
Putting the pieces together.
Then Officer Brian Roberts arrives, his face etched with worry. He reveals his 7-year-old stepson, Triton, is missing and has been acting strange lately. He shows them a picture, and Trey and Aaliyah find Triton familiar, a haunting echo of Gabriella's features, a gut feeling they can't quite place.
That underlying recognition.
Later that night at 3 a.m., masked men, who we now know are Brent and Richard, brutally break into Trey's home, bind him, and drag him, struggling, to Gabriella's mansion. He's locked in a dark room in the basement, punched by the twins, and left unconscious.
This abduction signifies the curse's direct, violent attack on Trey, tragically orchestrated by his own son, a chilling culmination of the evil thing.
Yeah.
The sudden, brutal nature of the kidnapping pulls Trey right back into the nightmare he thought he'd escaped, highlighting the relentless, inescapable reach of the curse. Brian's arrival, searching for Triton, immediately establishes that parallel narrative. A worried father figure unknowingly tracking a possessed child, completely unaware of his own pivotal and tragic role in this unfolding family tragedy. The pieces are rapidly coming together, but not in a way anyone could have predicted.
But within this escalating darkness, there's a flicker of desperate hope, a moment that completely redefines the core conflict of an evil thing, too. Ashley wakes up on the couch in the mansion, disoriented, only to see Gabriella's glowing ghost, who speaks to her, not with malice, but with a desperate plea. You need to save Trey and Triton for me and free me. Please save me from the curse.
Whoa. Wait. Gabriella is asking for help.
Exactly. This is absolutely monumental. It suggests that Gabriella herself is not merely evil, but a deeply tragic victim, trapped and suffering within the curse.
Okay, this is the critical turning point in The Lost Son. It utterly reconfigures our understanding of the villain and the entire narrative. Gabriella's spirit asking for help implies she's not just a malevolent entity, but also trapped and suffering within the ancient curse, a prisoner of inherited evil.
Changes everything.
It adds a profound layer of tragedy to her character and fundamentally shifts our perception of the curse's true nature. It reveals the real antagonist isn't Gabriella, but the ancient curse itself, which has twisted and consumed generations, including her. This recontextualizes everything we thought we knew about the evil thing, transforming Gabrielle from villain to victim and offering a path to redemption. Ashley's subsequent realization that Gabrielle is still trapped in the curse and Trey is the key to free her sets the stage for a different kind of confrontation. One of liberation and redemption, rather than just mere escape.
As Trey is being held captive, the truth about Triton's parentage finally explodes into the open for his loved ones. Aaliyah, waking to find Trey gone, sensing deep trouble, desperately contacts Alan, then Nick. Brian arrives, and under immense pressure, fearing for Triton, finally unburdens himself.
The big confession.
Yeah, he confesses. Triton is Gabriella's son, born in the mansion's basement after Gabriella was shot. Brian reveals he secretly buried Gabriella and, out of a misguided sense of protection, raised Triton as his own. When Alan and Nick vehemently deny paternity, Brian grimly, tragically concludes, then it has to be Trey.
Oh, the weight of that realization.
Aaliyah, with a gasp, realizes the horrifying truth. Trey is Triton's father. Brian then reveals his final, long-held secret. He is Gabriella's half-brother, but crucially asks Aaliyah to keep this part secret from Trey for now, fearing his reaction.
Wow, layering secrets upon secrets.
Right. With this shocking, devastating truth unveiled, they all, united by Regency and newfound knowledge, head to Gabriella's mansion to save Trey.
Okay, so Aaliyah, Alan, and Nick are racing against time, now armed with the earth-shattering knowledge that Trey is a father he never knew, and he's caught in the literal crosshairs of his own son's revenge. Talk about a family reunion gone catastrophically wrong.
Seriously, the emotional baggage here is just monumental, and an evil thing, too, doesn't shy away from it. Even on the tense road trip to the mansion, Aaliyah, with incredible emotional fortitude, helps Alan and Nick begin to process their shared trauma with Gabriella.
That's amazing of her.
It is, encouraging them to let it go and move forward and heal, aptly calling the whole ordeal an evil thing. This moment of collective catharsis, even amid the crisis, highlights the lingering destructive impact Gabriella had on everyone and the desperate need for emotional release.
This collective journey of Aaliyah, Alan, and Nick is far more than just a rescue mission in The Lost Son. It's a profound act of acknowledging and beginning to heal from shared trauma. Brian's full confession is vital not only for plot progression, but for the emotional clarity and understanding it brings, tying up those profound loose ends from the first book and revealing his deep, hidden loyalty to his sister, despite her monstrous actions. Aaliyah's role as an emotional anchor, urging Alan and Nick to let it go, underscores the theme that breaking cycles of pain requires confronting and processing the past, even the evil thing that lingers. It's a testament to the power of human connection in the face of overwhelming darkness.
Meanwhile, back at the mansion, the horrifying confrontation begins. Trey wakes, disoriented, bound to a chair in the chilling library. Triton, the 7-year-old boy now with cold, dark brown eyes that shimmered with a hint of red, greets Trey, not as a captor, but with a chilling, possessive father.
Oof, father.
And announces, "My name is Triton. I'm your son." Trey is in utter disbelief, utterly unaware Gabriella bore a child, his mind reeling from this impossible revelation. Triton's rage then boils over, fueled by the curse, accusing Trey with chilling certainty. "You killed my mother. She loved you, and you killed her on the day I was born." He violently slaps Trey.
Wow. The accusation is brutal.
Brutal. Trey is filled with remorse and confusion, whispering, "I didn't know you existed." Brent, Richard, and Ashley enter, with Brent dutifully filming, capturing every horrifying moment. Triton's voice then transforms, morphing into Gabriella's a truly terrifying sound, saying, "Hello, Trey. I miss you. Now we can start a family."
Oh, that's just nightmare fuel.
Right. Trey, with dawning horror, realizes the Henson family curse has indeed passed to Triton. Triton, fully possessed, orders Brent and Richard to prepare the ritual. Ashley, visibly conflicted, horrified by what she set in motion, whispers to Trey she didn't want this to happen. She urgently explains Triton is possessed by something dark. It's his mother and the evil spirit, Giorgio.
She's trying to help him understand.
In a moment of desperate hope, she then unties Trey and explains his crucial, terrifying role in freeing both Triton and Gabriella from the curse. Using an inner peace technique, an exorcism rooted in ancient Native American rituals. Trey, understanding the immense gravity, agrees to pretend he's still tied to execute the plan.
This is a complex tapestry of revelations, emotional collisions, and a desperate gamble for the lost son. Triton's personal anger, fueled by the curse and Gabriella's spirit, tragically clashes with Trey's ignorance and genuine remorse, creating a deeply poignant conflict.
Yeah.
Ashley's intervention, driven by Gabriella's desperate plea for help, pivots the confrontation from pure vengeance to a desperate attempt at liberation. The introduction of the inner peace technique, specifically rooted in Native American rituals, is profoundly significant.
Why specifically Native American?
Well, it grounds the spiritual battle in a cultural context, implying that the curse, born from ancient wrongdoings against the Native American woman, Shenadria, can perhaps only be undone through methods rooted in that heritage. It's a call for spiritual healing and reconciliation, not just brute force. It suggests that love, empathy, emotional resonance, not just power, are the keys to breaking this ancient evil thing.
Okay, with the stage set for this perilous, emotionally charged ritual, Trey's journey towards an emotional breakthrough truly begins. He feigns captivity, heart-pounding, as Triton enters, wielding a large, menacing knife, ready for what he believes is his father's punishment.
Terrifying.
Brent and Richard stand by, still under the curse's sway. Ashley observes, heart in her throat. Trey, with genuine tears welling, uses that inner peace technique. He reaches out to his son, apologizing for not knowing about Triton or Gabriella's pain, expressing his love for her. He looks at his child and says, "I'm still your father. I'm still here for you."
Wow, just raw honesty.
In a deeply poignant, powerful moment, Triton hesitates. His red eyes flicker, the consuming anger visibly softens, and he drops the knife, rushing instead to hug Trey, whispering, "I'm sorry, Dad, I'm sorry."
Oh my God. He broke through.
So after all that rage, all that manipulation, all that vengeance, A father's simple, honest embrace, a sincere apology, a promise of unconditional love is enough to momentarily break through the curse's ancient, powerful hold, even if just for a fleeting moment. It's truly a powerful emotional scene. It highlights the strength of unconditional love and empathy, even facing the darkest, most ancient circumstances. It hints the evil thing might not be all-consuming.
This scene underscores the core, powerful belief that love and forgiveness can counteract even the deepest, most ancient manifestations of a curse, the central theme of An Evil Thing, too. Triton's momentary return to his innocent self suggests that the evil spirit, Trojio, hadn't completely consumed him.
There is still a bit of him left.
Exactly. A sliver of humanity, a vulnerable core that Trey's genuine remorse and paternal love could reach. This fleeting connection offers a glimmer of hope that the cycle of inherited trauma can indeed be broken, even if only through a monumental act of emotional courage and vulnerability. It's a crucial turning point, showing the curse's power isn't absolute.
But the battle for Triton's soul and for the fate of the Henson family is far from over. A violent surge of raw, dark energy erupts. A guttural, ancient voice, clearly Trojio, the ancestral spirit, erupts from Triton. "You will not take him from me. He's mine."
The curse fights back.
Oh, yeah, with everything it has. Trey holds on desperately, yelling, "Triton, fight it!" Ashley, ever the pragmatic investigator, insists Brent keep filming, calling it the evidence we need, even in the face of this supernatural chaos.
Gotta get the footage.
Right. Triton convulses, this intense internal struggle manifesting physically. He sees a rapid succession of flashbacks. Gabriella's traumatic past, her death, and crucially, Trey crying over her. His red eyes momentarily fade to brown, a clear sign that Trey's love, the raw truth, is weakening the curse's grip.
This fierce internal struggle within Triton represents the absolute climax of the curse's power and its desperate last stand in the lost son. Trojio's direct defiance shows the ancient spirit's deep, possessive investment in maintaining its hold on the Henson lineage, unwilling to relinquish its grip. Triton's barrage of flashbacks are absolutely crucial here. They provide him with the full, unbiased truth of his mother's suffering and Trey's genuine sorrow, allowing his own nascent will to momentarily override the curse's manipulation. This is the inner peace technique truly at work, providing clarity and emotional truth amid overwhelming chaos, allowing Triton to reclaim a piece of himself from the evil thing.
And then, dramatically, the curse is finally broken. The energy explodes outwards, expelling Trojio as a swirling mass of dark energy, screaming, "He's mine, he will continue the legacy, it will never end." A final, desperate cry of defiance.
Wow.
But then, in a stunning intervention, Gabriella's glowing white spirit appears. She declares, "You will never have him," and lets out this powerful, ethereal, banshee scream that shattered Trojio's being.
Yeah.
The dark entity dissipates into nothingness. The mansion's oppressive red energy visibly lifts, releasing its hold.
Gabrielle saves him.
She saves him. Her spirit then turns to Trey, a soft smile gracing her face, and thanks him for freeing her from the curse. She asks him to take care of Triton and protect him from this. "I love you, Trey." They share a final poignant kiss, and she vanishes in a brilliant burst of light.
Okay, this is the ultimate aha moment of An Evil Thing, too. Gabriella was not merely evil, but tragically trapped within the curse, a prisoner of its ancient malevolence.
Right, victim, not just villain.
Her final act, as a pure white spirit, is one of ultimate self-sacrifice to protect her son, confirming her underlying humanity and definitively establishing the curse itself as the true antagonist, the insidious evil thing. It fundamentally redefines her character, from villain to victim and liberator, achieving a profound, unexpected redemption through an act of love. Trey's actions, driven by genuine care and a father's burgeoning love, broke the generational cycle, freeing both Gabriella and Triton from its destructive grip, at least for now.
Ashley, witnessing this incredible event, confirms to Trey, "You did it," and with a sigh of relief, states the curse is gone, at least for now. She then notes a fascinating detail. Trey's leap year birthday, February 29th, might have played some kind of mystical role in ending the curse.
Interesting little detail there.
Right. Triton, now free from the curse's influence, his red eyes gone, wakes up confused but calm. He apologizes to Trey, who, with overwhelming relief, promises to protect him. It's a moment of profound emotional reconciliation and the beginning of a new, very complicated relationship.
Yeah, the beginning of a long road.
With the immediate danger gone, Aaliyah, Alan, Nick, and Brian finally arrive at the mansion, noting the absence of the terrifying red glow that had permeated the air.
The atmosphere has changed.
Trey and Ashley, still reeling, inform Brian that Triton, despite being freed, is still dangerous and needs to go to a mental institution for proper care and observation.
That's a hard call to make.
Very hard. Brian, finally unburdened by his 7-year secret, kneels before Triton, revealing, "I is your uncle. Your mother, Gabriella, was my sister." He explains the curse manipulated both Gabriella and Triton, giving context to their actions.
The full truth comes out.
Triton, with his unique gift, reveals he saw her. "I saw her with you, Dad. You were holding her." Crying, confirming his ability to see past events and finally understanding the truth of his mother's death.
Wow, so he did see the truth in those flashbacks.
Seems like it. Triton, with an innocence now returned, forgives Trey, and they share a heartfelt hug. A true moment of family healing. Brian then leads them to Gabriella's secret grave. Alan and Nick express their lingering pain and sadness. Triton touches the gravestone, seeing the sad glow of his mother's pain, a final connection. Triton then hugs Brian and is taken to the mental institution. Brent and Richard, still a bit dazed, apologize to Trey, thrilled to have evidence of the curse on film.
Of course they are. Ghost hunters got a ghost hunt.
Right. Trey jokingly suggests his old Seattle house for ghost hunting, but Ashley wisely declines, clearly having had enough paranormal activity for a lifetime.
Can't blame her.
Finally, Trey, Aaliyah, Alan, and Nick see Gabriella's spirit one last time at the mansion's doorway, smiling softly and whispering, "I love you, Trey." Trey, with a wistful understanding, acknowledges she will always be haunting him now since he has a son.
The complexity here, in the aftermath of the lost son, is profound. Trey's act of love and sacrifice paradoxically brings both release for Gabriella's soul and a new lifelong burden for him, the protection of his son, and as we'll see, his new daughter from a curse that may only be sleeping.
Yeah, the burden doesn't just disappear.
Not at all. Brian's full confession is vital for closure and understanding, tying up those profound loose ends from the first book, revealing his deep, hidden loyalty to his sister despite her monstrous actions. Triton's forgiveness and unique vision abilities solidify his role as a child affected by, but not fully defined by, the curse. His story continues even as he seeks institutional help. His ability to see the truth of the past is a poignant, lingering effect of his ordeal. Gabriella's final, lingering presence for Trey signifies that some connections, especially familial and romantic ones, leave an indelible mark, a gentle haunting that will shape his future.
Even though the curse is broken, Triton's journey in An Evil Thing 2 is far from over. He's placed under the compassionate but firm care of Dr. Emily Carter at a mental institution.
Right, the aftermath.
Dr. Carter explains to Trey that Triton will never fully be rid of the darkness inside him, the Henson curse. It's a part of him. It will be a lifelong process to manage it, a constant battle against the evil thing, and he will never be able to leave the institution for his and the world's safety.
Wow, that's heavy. So he's contained, but not cured.
Exactly. Trey, despite the heavy news, commits to visiting Triton regularly, promising with deep paternal love to protect him, a promise that now defines his life.
This prognosis from Dr. Carter highlights a crucial theme, that some traumas and legacies, especially supernatural ones, leave permanent, indelible marks. Triton's confinement, while tragic for a child, is presented as a necessary measure for containment and protection, both for him and for society. It reinforces the idea that breaking a curse doesn't erase its effects entirely, but rather shifts the nature of the challenge from overt possession to lifelong management and vigilance against the lingering evil thing. Trey's unwavering commitment to his son underscores his newfound paternal responsibility and unconditional love, demonstrating that healing, for him, involves embracing this enduring burden.
In a truly beautiful and hopeful turn of events, Trey and Aaliyah are expecting a baby girl, a symbol of new life, a fresh start.
Ah, some light after the darkness.
Yes. Trey, however, makes a difficult, heart-wrenching decision. He decides not to tell Triton about his sister Gisela, wanting to keep her safe from everything, especially from Triton's anger and the curse.
Oof, another secret. Born of protection.
Gisela is born on March 25th, and Trey feels this deep, profound sense of responsibility to protect her, reflecting his new role as a father and guardian against the lingering shadows of his past, against the potential resurgence of the evil thing.
The hero's journey continues for Trey in An Evil Thing 2, but with a new, profound twist. Fatherhood. Trey's fierce love for his new daughter, Gisela, becomes a powerful new motivation, a new battle line drawn against the lingering shadows of his past.
Yeah, he's not just fighting for himself anymore.
Exactly. He is fighting for the future of his new family, burdened by the chilling knowledge of what the Henson Curse, the evil thing, can do, and the constant vigilance it demands. This is his new normal, his unending watch. The birth of Josala provides a counterpoint of hope and a new generation to protect, but it also casts a long precautionary shadow. Trey's decision to conceal Josala's existence from Triton, while clearly driven by profound love and protective instinct, illustrates the enduring fear and the practical consequences of living with a deeply rooted ancestral curse.
The hard choices never stop.
No, they don't. It highlights the difficult, often agonizing choices required to protect new life from inherited dangers. Ashley's research concluding that Trey's February 29th birthday put the curse back to sleep and stop it, and can be still around, emphasizes that victory is often temporary in battles against ancient evils. The evil thing may be dormant, but it is never truly gone, demanding constant vigilance from Trey as a father and protector.
Ashley also gives Trey some crucial, forward-looking advice. You must face your trauma over Gabriella and reach out to finally let go.
Easier said than done, but necessary.
Right. Trey takes this to heart, understanding that true closure requires an internal journey, not just an external battle. He visits Gabriella's grave, placing white roses, her favorite color, a final, tender gesture. He apologizes, expresses his love for the woman she once was, and in a moment of profound personal peace, hears her voice one last time. I love you, Trey.
Wow. Closure.
He leaves the mansion, finding a sense of closure, ready to focus on Aaliyah and Josala, though he knows Gabriella's spirit still lingered.
The complexity here in the final reflections of an evil thing, too, is truly profound. Trey's act of love and sacrifice paradoxically brings both release for Gabriella's soul and a new, lifelong burden for him, the protection of his son and new daughter from a curse that may only be sleeping. His personal closure at Gabriella's grave, acknowledging his love and regret, allows him to finally move forward. But the lingering presence of her spirit and the curse ensures that the consequences of an evil thing will continue to subtly shape his life. It's a powerful ending that suggests true peace isn't the absence of a past, but rather a reconciliation with it and a commitment to protect the future from its shadows.
What a journey. I mean, from a seemingly ordinary man haunted by past trauma to uncovering an ancient inherited curse and facing a possessed child.
It covers a lot of ground.
Yeah. From revenge-driven spirits to a father's ultimate redemptive sacrifice, we've seen how the past truly, terrifyingly haunts the present, creating this new, complicated legacy for Trey, Triton, and now sweet Josala. An evil thing, too. The lost son forces you to confront the unseen forces at play and the choices we make in their shadow.
This deep dive really highlights that evil isn't always singular, right? It can be an inherited burden, a twisted psychological web spun across generations, a veritable evil thing that reconfigures itself. The story beautifully shows how love, forgiveness, and understanding can, indeed, break even the oldest, most powerful curses.
Yeah.
But the scars and the responsibilities they endure. It's a testament to the idea that true heroism isn't just about defeating a villain, but about protecting the innocent, healing the wounded, and managing the lingering shadows, even when those wounds run generations deep.
So you, the listener, are left with this provocative thought. If a curse can be put to sleep, does that truly mean it can one day awaken, perhaps even stronger?
A chilling possibility.
And if so, how do we, as individuals and as a society, truly break the cycle of inherited trauma when the very act of saving can also, sometimes unwittingly, create a new path for darkness and new burdens for the future?
Deep questions to ponder.
Definitely. That's all for this deep dive into An Evil Thing 2, The Lost Son. We hope you've gained some surprising insights and perhaps a few aha moments along the way.
Hope so.
Until next time, keep digging.